I'm in secondary school now. It's been a little stressful, but I want to share my experiences with it. Like the title says, this is the first week. Also, before secondary school, RCK2 and I went to the same school, but now we don't. He's still my friend though. Day 1. As you can probably imagine, this was a very stressful day. I went to my neighbour at 7:50 because my friend, W, used to not go to the same school as me, but now does, and he's my next door neighbour. We're also in the same class. He also came out and we walked to school about 15 minutes. And I also went with my mother, but this was actually the first time I've ever walked to school because before this my school was much further away. We arrived at 8:05 a.m, but school starts at 8:30 a.m. and opens at 8:20 a.m. Well, it's good to be early for the first day. But there was one more thing that made this day more difficult, the uniform. I didn't really like our uniform back then. We start with long black trousers, then black shoes, a button shirt which has to be tucked in. Also, the only thing the buttons do is make it harder to take the shirt off or put it on, since the next clothing item covers them, which is a tie. Lastly, we had a blazer that can only be taken off with a teacher's permission. Now what happened if we're wearing these and it's 30 degrees outside the whole time? I'll give you a few seconds. That's right, I burnt and melted. It would be like this for the whole week. The only thing I liked about the uniform at that time is the house I'm in. I'm in Curie House. All the houses are Nobel Prize winners, and you know which house someone is in by the colour of their tie stripes. Light blue is Curie, which matches the uniform best, which is nice. We then go into our form classes. We had an assembly, which was basically about how great the school is, and yeah, the school is actually pretty nice. Then we went to our form class, again. Our teacher introduced us to the school. I'll call her Miss A, and she's an absolutely amazing teacher. She's funny, calm, and everything good. Then we also got our timetables. Here's how the timetables work. One timetable side said week A, and if it's week A, you get those items for the day or your equipment needed. And another side said week B, and each week is a week's alternate. So we start with week A and then B, week A, B, and so on. We were meant to have the week A Monday lessons today, but it's different since it's the first day. The lessons should have been form time, Spanish, music, break, IT, Spanish again, lunch, and maths. But we only had English today. Then we had a break. But before we went, our teacher said, I'm going to lead you to a break, but you have to get back by yourself. Many were shocked, but we went to break and forgot about it. We were only allowed outside. Then everyone got back to class. It's a very easy route. Then, a minute later, someone said, "Where's S?" Then the teacher said, "Oh my gosh!" Nah, just kidding, she said. "I'll get him in a minute." A lot of people started laughing, and yeah, that was kind of funny. But guess what? She didn't look for him at all. Then he came back in about 5 minutes, so it's fine. Then we had some moral dilemmas. Then we had lunch. The queue was small because our teachers let us go earlier, and it's only year 7 and year 12 that day. I don't remember what lunch was though. After this, I went to the school library. That's where I spend some of my breaks and lunches, and I have 3 friends who go there sometimes. With one of my friends, I play something called tic-tac-toe. It's like ultimate tic-tac-toe, but another layer on the inside, so ultimate tic-tac-toe. It takes about an hour to finish. Then we went back to class and talked more about some stuff. Then the day ended and me and W walked home together. First day done. It's time for day 2. Today we left at 8 a.m. We would leave at this time every day from now on. This day was less stressful in some ways, but more stressful in other ways. It was less stressful because it's not the first day anymore. but it's more stressful because there would be actual lessons. Like every day, we would go to a form. First, we had geography. Geography isn't a subject I really like, so I didn't enjoy it that much, but since everything was so new, I still found many things interesting. Next, we had English. Our teacher is Mr. S, and he's absolutely great. We would only have him once a week though. At a break, someone asked me, "Are you E?" This would be important later. After break, we had art. And if I want to be an animation YouTuber, then I think it's pretty obvious if I liked art. Yes, I did like it. Then we had a different English teacher for our second English lesson. I prefer Mr. S, but both teachers are good. This day, I was starting to realize that the class I'm in is very talkative. Yes, there are a lot of people who talk in the middle of lessons. But generally, I like the class I'm in because I have a lot of good friends. Afterwards, it was lunch and then maths. I actually like maths, but you probably don't agree with that opinion. But another reason I like maths is because the maths teacher is so good that I actually think she's my number one favourite teacher. Yes, she's that good. And then the day ended. Day 3. This day had one big thing that happened in it. It was in our first lesson, which was Spanish. I was sitting next to someone that we'll call I. Both me and I enjoy Spanish lessons, but later, in a few weeks, we'd become best friends. So yeah, like I said earlier, I had a lot of good friends in this class. Next, we had science, which you can't drink in, so you can't drink any water or anything if you want to, and science after break again. Then we had Spanish, but with a different teacher. Both teachers are pretty good though. And after lunch, we had one of the worst subjects in my opinion. We don't have this at primary, fortunately, and the subject is drama. Since I like telling stories on YouTube, you might think I like it, but I hate it, because performing is absolutely awful in my opinion. The day before this part was good though. Day 4. First we had double food tech. Normally we would make food on these days, but since it's our first lesson about this, we just had some writing, although the teacher is absolutely amazing and she's really nice. Then breaks, since that was a double lesson. Next we would have a PE lesson. I was hoping our teacher would be good since, well, the teacher in primary school wasn't my favourite. But our new teacher is actually very nice, but now everyone gets changed in the same room, unfortunately. But overall, PE is generally better. Next we had English, and after lunch, English again. And then day 5, a Friday. First, we had PSHE, and I won't say what we talked about in that lesson, because nobody wants to know what we learned. Then we had geography, and after break, Spanish, and the rest of my day got completely ruined except the very end. Our lesson was dance, so that was already bad, but it was ballet, even worse. Then at lunch, the queue was huge and I got asked if I'm E a million times. And when I finally got to buy some potatoes, I dropped the entire box. What a good end. But we did have maths later, so that was good. And here's some stuff that happened after the first week. As of writing this video, me and I, so my friend, have gone to the park after school twice. The first time, we went to a park really close to our school, and some of I's friends were already there. The second time, we went there with W and M. M is I's friend and also my friend now. But when I, not me, my friend, went to see her teacher from her primary school, a second person named, also I, joined us, and he's very nice. This time, we also went to a little different park after the first one, and it's a little further, but still close. Also, if you can hear the rain, sorry. Yeah, I'm recording this during a storm, I think. Unfortunately, M and W went home early. Let's talk clubs. On transition day, I was told there'll be an art club, but there was none. Later, in a couple days, I wanted to join a netball club, because I like netball, but guess what? It actually does exist this time, but it's girls only. But fortunately, there are some clubs I can join. There is a netball competition in our school, so not a club, a competition, So I joined, and I was very happy because of that. As of me writing this, our team has won both games we've played. The first 3-0 and the second one 4-1. In netball, my role is centre, so I don't score goals. I also joined a club called Spy Club. I can't actually tell you what that's about because, well, it's a spy club and they told me not to tell anyone. But my code name is Agent Useless because I chose that because I wanted to be funny. And we don't have to, but we get these badges that we can wear if we want to. And they're like the gold stars I'm currently showing on screen. I wear mine on my tie, but you can wear it anywhere you want on your uniform. And you get more of them if you're a good agent. The next thing we will talk about is the situation with me and E. Remember when earlier I mentioned I was called E a million times? Well, this is an explanation. Well, every day now, back at that time, I was almost every day called E. Now, not that much, but still quite often. And basically, E, well, he's for some reason really famous in the school. I don't know why, but what I do know is what he looks like. He looks exactly like me, like an exact clone of me, but with glasses. Although he doesn't wear them always. He also has the same bag as me, and the only difference between me and him, like a big difference, is that he's a little bit taller than me, and that his tie is a different colour. But that's it. So yeah, I have a doppelganger in my school. Hooray! Secondary school is overall better than primary school, in my opinion, and some days are very enjoyable. Well, that's it, and bye. For now, at least, and please subscribe. See you in another video.